Hi everyone, Charlene Bauer, Ladies Off-Road Network, and we are live at 5 on a Tuesday, and look, we're back in the office. I know, does it feel like forever? Because it feels like forever for me. And we're going to try something new tonight. So, I feel like education has gone down just a little bit as we've been trying to figure out these events, and you get the hands-on at the events, but not necessarily right here with me. So tonight, we're going to try something new. I am going to work with you on an article that I've written about angles and approaching angles. And we're going to kind of go at it as you guys are getting my ha-has about 7th grade, as in 7th grade English project together. So this ought to be highly entertaining. I will give you the link. It's in the notes to begin with, and then I'll drop you the link here in a second. But in the meantime, as everybody's coming in, let's say our hellos, and let's also talk about some news. So I'm back. Yay! Which also means to you, yay, is I can ship things. So if you are interested in a Ladies Off-Road Network shirt, a Ladies Off-Road Network hat, a sweatshirt, any of that kind of stuff that's on our website, make sure that you go in right now and order it. We have about 2 weeks before I travel again, a little bit less than 2 weeks, because next week I am leaving for the Pacific Northwest. I'm headed to Washington, actually Portland, Oregon is where I'm flying into, and then headed up to hang out with the girls up there for a fun weekend. And then the next weekend we have our Ladies Off-Road Network Lawn Non-Con number 2. And we still have room, ladies. We still have room. I want to make sure that everybody that wants to come has the opportunity to come. Piston's back too. Poor Piston Oil, they're like, it's so boring here. We want to go back somewhere where we can look out the window and see animals. Yeah, they're like super bored right now. It's been pretty funny today as they're like looking at me like, hello? You want to pay attention to us? Because there's nothing out the windows here. It's hot. Like, I know it's hot. Trust me. So that is that. Clothing has orders next couple weeks, and you can use the I'm Not Just a Girl promo code in order to get free shipping if you order some type of I'm Not Just a Girl item, like a shirt, sweatshirt, whatever. All kinds of cool stuff. Leadership team, next Monday is our leadership call. I got a couple of texts yesterday, yesterday, saying, hey, is the call tonight? I'm like, no, I'm still driving home. But it was also holiday, so that wasn't fair to everybody. So next Monday is our leadership call. I have 2 huge ideas I need input on. I need you to be present and counted for, and fully caffeine, ready to state your opinions, ideas, and add to and make it radder than I think it already is. So yeah, so that's that. Leadership group prep for that. Don't forget, we still have the BF Goodrich Tires giveaway that is going on all month, and you have extra opportunities, which I see a lot of people doing this month. I love it. You have extra opportunities to get your name in the hat by bringing someone new to the party. So either posting on social media saying, hey, have you heard about Ladies Off-Road Network? Working with different groups that want Ladies Off-Road Network, any of that kind of stuff. You just gotta tell me that you did it on this link, and it's all coordinated online on ladiesoffroadnetwork.com, so you can do that. And then, of course, we have the Lawn Non-Con number 2 coming up. So our calendar of events, just to remind everybody, is September 23rd to the 28th is a camping in Flagstaff. October 19 to 23 is a camping in Moab. Both of those are open. Both of those are happening. We met our minimums, so no excuses for not signing up. All you're doing is procrastinating at this point, ladies. And I need to understand numbers. Like, please help me out. November 5th to 8th is the Leadership Summit. It's going to be right here. It's going to be a ton of fun. I have some great ideas for it. November 13th is the last day of the resolution. November 20th is the last day of the challenge. You guys have stuff coming in the mail for that. December 11th to the 13th is our end of the year bash here in Arizona, which is where we will celebrate the resolution, the challenge, birthdays, leadership, and lifetime. Basically, what I'm going to say about that weekend, I was really trying to figure out what I want to do that weekend. I'm going to tell you, this is a get out of your house and come hang out with friends weekends. Alright? So, get out of your house. I think everybody needs an excuse to get out of their house. And if you've been looking for one, and you want to be around cool people, this is that weekend. It's going to be casual. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff going on, but it's going to be casual. It's not going to be like a Charlene boom, 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 boom moment. There's going to be a couple of those. But for the most part, we're just going to have a lot of opportunities for you to do a lot of cool things with cool chicks that are just like you. And that is what's most important. So that's what that weekend is going to be about. I want everybody to know, I don't want anybody to have some false expectation that you're coming and we're wheeling for 3 days straight and there's going to be education every time. Nope, not at all. That's not the deal. So we're going to be around. Yes, you can hang out with me. Yes, of course, there's always education. Yes, there will probably be an opportunity to go wheeling. But yes, this is where you get to really hang out and celebrate all the ladies that are part of Ladies Off-Road Network. So what that means, we'll get more and more detailed on as time progresses, but I just wanted to really make sure that you kind of understood the focus of that weekend so that you can definitely plan on coming. It's going to be a long, fun time. Yes, Jessica, there will be no early mornings, but there will be midnight meetings, just so everybody knows. And Cindy, you should always take a nap ahead of time, anytime you're hanging out. Yeah, so that's that. December 7th to the 18th, there's the 12 Days of Giving that we have coming up. And I have a couple more things. This is part of the Leadership Call on Monday that hopefully we'll be adding to this calendar. Some really cool stuff. So that is your calendar. That's the plan. That's all I'm going to say this week. Next Tuesday, be prepared to add another date onto your calendar that I think is going to be really important. Alright. Speaking of calendars, who flipped their calendar to September? I think this is a really interesting statement. Sorry, all my papers just went flying and my fans are flying and everything's flying right now. It's hot here. Let me tell you, it is hot here. But what it was snowing there today, so we got out just in time. Who changed their dates to September? It says, choose to be positive, it feels better. Choose to be positive, it feels better. And I think that that's a really interesting statement. Again, remember, I didn't know how these statements were going to fall in to the time of which we rotated the calendar. But I think that this is really interesting. Choose to be positive, it feels better. And in this moment of so much negativity and so much challenge and so much, I gotta do this and I gotta do that, and oh my gosh, the lady at the post office in front of me today was just ridiculous, and yeah, I'm not gonna say anything more. Anyways, I chose to be positive and not respond. Because sometimes that's the best positive response, right? And so I think that it's really neat that in a moment like this, we have each other, we have Ladies Off-Road Network, we have the same personality types that are here to support each other. We choose to be positive, we choose to come to cool events, we choose to come and go camping and hang out in the dirt, or come to the office and hang out with people. It's your choice. But I really hope that at the end of the day, you guys choose to be positive in what's happening, because it does feel better, doesn't it? Like the second that you say, I'm going to be positive now, instead of negative Nancy on every single thing that's happening, it changes your whole outlook. It changes your whole personality. kind of interesting because I just went through a chapter, and I look at my world as chapters, right? And I hope that you look at your world as chapters sometimes. But I look at my world as chapters, and this last chapter that I was just in makes absolutely no sense to me. Like, why did what just happen happen? And it was a short chapter. It was a short chapter. As you guys were with me the last 3 weeks, you're like, wow, okay, she's totally, maybe you guys thought it was a little different, because I felt it was a lot different. And there's things, though, that you just don't understand. You don't understand why the plans that you had, why the goals that you had, why what you needed was derailed. Right? Like, I had grand plans, I had X things that I needed to get done, I had this and this and this that needed to happen within this time frame, and every single one of them got derailed. But guess what? I also made a conscious decision to say, I need to do this. I need to be positive. I need to make a difference. I need to do this. And my personal goals were derailed for a second. Now they're back. There's no doubt about it. They can't go away. You can't derail all of your personal goals in order to make sure that somebody else's work. But you can absolutely look at that positive and understand, you know what, I need to make a slight change right now, and I need to adjust so that I can help somebody else be successful. Which, what happens when you help somebody else be successful? Don't you feel successful too? So that choosing to be positive, allowing yourself to be better, making that commitment to yourself to help other people, making that commitment to yourself to make sure that you also come back to your personal goals is really important. But there's also an interesting word that came out, and it was something that I reflected on my drive, is I'm like, wow, I was, this is going to sound horrible. I dare you guys to say this on a live. I was actually selflessness. What's the word? Selfless. Is that the word? Selfish, but selfishless for a whole, I don't know, 3 weeks. Like, I didn't do one thing for myself. Not one. In that time. Not my time, not my energy, not my strength, not my mentality, not my personality, nothing. Like, there wasn't anything in that space. Just now, I got back from a pedicure. I was completely selfish, except I wrote all my notes for our live and for our meeting on Monday. So again, there's the selfishness because, well, that just needed to happen. It was too long of a trip. But at the same time, like, when do you take a time out? And so many people know me that I give and give and give and give and give, right? But at the same time, that giving, you have to get back. So you have to refill your bucket. If you're somebody that consistently gives and gives and gives and gives and gives, you need to refill that bucket. You need to come on a camping trip. You need to go somewhere where you can be around positive people and take, right? And take and add back into your bucket so that you can give back out again. And I just want to make sure that that's really an apparent statement, because it's something that, especially moms, I know this in the mom world, you guys get caught in this because it's all about your kids. Give. It's, you know, your kids are pulling from you, your husband's pulling from you, like all these people are pulling from you, your work is pulling from you. And at what point do you take a time out and say, whoa, I need to input here. I need to recharge my battery. I need to refine my positive in order to be able to put more positive back out. So, I love that our calendar is choose to be positive. It feels better. And I hope you guys are still using your calendar, even though every single thing on the calendar pretty much gets crossed out. I swear. Yeah. Goals, right? We learned, we tried. Next year you get a blank calendar and you can fill it in yourself as we go along. But I hope that that's a good message for you guys. I hope you get something out of it. Throw some hearts if you do. Say something about what you need to get back, or hey, yeah, I've been really focused on everybody else and I need to find something to do for myself. And if there's something that you can do for yourself, if there's something that Ladies Off-Road Network can give you to do for yourself, it's coming, it's here, it's there, there's all kinds of opportunities, and I just really want you guys to take advantage of them. We had that whole, last Christmas, we had that whole Commit 2020, right? And some of you have done it. And by committing, you have like really gained a new set of friends. I absolutely love what I saw between Wendy and Arlie this weekend, and the posts that you guys made. I appreciate them so sincerely, because that is what Ladies Off-Road Network is about. If you guys haven't seen it, maybe they can share it. Well, Arlie did share it to Ladies Off-Road Network, but it's just really special to me that that's what this group has become, is a support system of ladies that appreciate what we all do together. And I really want to make sure that we continue to stay focused on that, we continue to love that, we continue to appreciate that, and go, go, go. Go, girls, go. Don't stop. Be positive. Get rid of that negativity. It's hard to get rid of. It's really hard to get rid of. But get rid of that negativity and start finding the positive in everything that happens. Somewhere that will happen. Ay, ay, ay. Yes? Alright, so there you go. There's our motivational moment for today. Who knew that was going to happen? That's just, if you ever call me and you have something you want to talk about, be prepared. That's what you get. But today is a special day. We are going to learn, and we're going to try something new, because I have been, as you guys know, joking about being in 7th grade, which also means I am excellent at reading out loud now. And I'm excellent at highlighting and underlining words that matter. I'm not making fun of the teacher at all. So if you want to follow along, if you have another laptop handy, or you have another phone handy, or something else, I just dropped the link for you if you want to follow along in my readings. But I thought that this would be kind of cool, because there is the link there, so you can go back and talk about it. But I do understand, you know, some people have a challenge reading. Some people would rather have it said out loud. Some people need an extra extrapolation on what was even said to understand, or some physical momentum of what's happening. So with that, are y'all prepared for this? I'm really good at this now. We're going to talk about off-roading is about angles. And you're lucky, vroom vroom, I brought the Jeep. So we can talk about that too. Alright, you guys ready? So here's how it starts, which cracks me up. Who would have thought that the geometry we learned in high school, or 7th grade, would ever matter, especially when we were off-roading with our friends? Surprisingly, it does matter, especially if you want to keep your shiny side up. Alright, so we're going to start off with some definitions. I know you guys can't read backwards, but this is what it looks like. And this is an article on Ladies Off-Road Network that I'm reading. The approach angle. The approach angle represents the steepest hill your vehicle can climb without brushing or slamming its front bumper against the slope. So your approach angle is this one. Didn't mean to touch it. Is this one right here in the front, okay? Your brake over angle is an indication of the steepest crest a vehicle can traverse without high centering. Crest is like this, the crest of it. And so that is the angle right after your tire. The departure angle represents the steepest grade your vehicle can descend without brushing or slamming its rear bumper against the slope. So your descending angle is going to be this angle right here against the rear. Your high-centered, anybody want to take a gander at this definition, is when you say, ah! No, I'm just kidding. When the crest is too big, the brake over angle is maximized, and the vehicle will rest on the skid plate or lowest resting spot. Both sets of wheels will have no traction on the ground. Alright, so let's take this Now, vocab, ladies, vocab. So where is our approach angle? Approach angle is this one right here. Right? Approach angle. Where is our departure angle? Departure angle is this one. And notice you have a worse departure angle with this because you have your trailer hitch on. And then our breakover angle is this angle right here, which keeps us from hopefully not high centering. Ah! There's going to be a quiz at the end. Y'all better be taking notes. Alright, you ready? Alright, let's put this all into context. So the approach and departure angles are a function of ground clearance, as well as front and rear overhangs. If you have a short overhang and lots of ground clearance, you will have a very good approach and departure angle, allowing you to ascend and descend steep slopes. So, in other words, if you have a huge bumper in the front and a low lift, you have a small angle, approach angle. If you have a smaller bumper, a stubby bumper, which a stubby bumper cuts out this part right here, right? We saw those on the member spotlights. So this is your regular bumper, this turns into a stubby bumper. You now got your bumper out of the way. If you have a lift, this gives you a larger approach angle. Look at the front and rear of your vehicle to understand your lowest hanging items that would come into contact with an obstacle first. For example, fog lights, bumper, exhaust pipe, or the trailer hitch. Keep these items at the front of your mind when you're considering an obstacle. Always approach an obstacle slowly so you don't slam into it and potentially damage your vehicle. When the front components clear and the front tires start to climb, you have successfully managed your approach angle. I wrote this, some of it is highly entertaining, but that makes sense, right? Alright, on to the breakover angle. The breakover angle is a function of ground clearance and wheelbase. A shorter wheelbase and good ground clearance will allow a vehicle to travel over sharp crests. The longer the wheelbase, the smaller the breakover angle you're able to tackle. Vehicles with a short wheelbase and high center have a definite advantage in these situations. When shopping for a new vehicle, consider the wheelbase, what you're used to and want to improve. So here's a picture of a side-by-side and the center of gravity, like right where it's going to be, and the breakover angle. So all of you girls and myself with these four doors, right, we have big old booties back here is what we talk about. So these big old booties give you a lot. You have to really consider how far you got to go in order to get traction on your rear tires. If you only have a two-door, then it's a lot shorter. So that center of gravity, you know, your wheels are going to be like right here. So your center of gravity is going to be up here. You can go over a lot steeper obstacles because it can get up and over the top. Alright, so again, that is the breakover angle as seen on a side-by-side. Another way to think of the breakover angle is to not be stuck as a teeter-totter. When your front wheels crest the hill, you need enough clearance to allow the wheels to continue driving versus being high-centered. If you can go straight over an obstacle while all four tires are still touching the ground, and you don't drag or get stuck on your skid plate, you have accomplished a breakover point. Okay, everybody throw a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Yep. So again, your goal is to go up and over, keep all four tires on the ground. We do talk in class about how you want to go at a slight angle, right? Slight angle, two reasons. One, so you can see. Two is, again, so you're giving yourself that opportunity to always have four tires on the ground. If you go straight up and over, notice how we only have two tires. If you go this way, you always have a tire. Right? Oh, maybe it wasn't high enough. Go this way, you always have a tire. So if you go at a slight angle, you always have a tire. Alright, how to increase your angles. There are two ways to increase your approach, departure, and breakover angles. Line up to the obstacle at an angle or increase your ground clearance. Hey, I got ahead of myself. We have been talking about an obstacle. We have been talking about taking an obstacle at a 90-degree angle or straight on. Most of the time in off-roading, we don't approach anything straight. We tend to take the obstacle at an angle. Approaching at an angle allows one tire at a time to hit the obstacle and splits the approach angles. You can increase, all right, so that's what I just talked about, right? So you got that. The other thing you can do is go shopping. You can increase your ground clearance with different aftermarket parts, including a suspension lift and or taller tires, which, by the way, we have the BFG rebate code, so if you guys are buying BFG tires or have since June, let me know and I'll get you the code. When looking at purchasing items such as bumpers, consider if this item will help increase or decrease your angles, meaning if it's a super big bumper and it sticks way out, it's going to decrease your approach angle, right? Some vehicles have the opportunity to lengthen or shorten their wheelbase in the aftermarket world. Well, pretty much, if you're a four-door, you got a big old booty back there, and if you're a two-door, you're able to go over steeper things easier. Cool. Measuring your angles. If you don't need a protractor, thank goodness. Remember protractors? You don't need a protractor to measure your vehicle's angles. If you don't want to risk damaging your vehicle through trial and error, try this method. Okay, you ready? You can do this out in your yard, and you can take some pictures for us. Take a long, straight object, such as a yardstick, a broomstick, or a board, and place one end where the front of your tire touches the ground. Lift the other end up until it hits the lowest point of the front of your vehicle. Usually this is the bumper. The angle of the object is your specific approach angle. Repeat for the front and the rear. So, if this was our situation, so this would be the ground here because this is unnatural. But anyways, so this right here is your approach angle. This is your approach angle. Here we go, using what we have on the desk again. So you have your flatness, there's your ground, there's your angle. So this right here is your approach angle. So this is a very large approach angle. You have I don't know, that's 90%. So say 80% or something. So you're doing pretty good. However, what are you going to do with that information? You're going to run around with your protractor as you're about ready to go up a mountain? Probably not. So you don't need to know exactly what the degree of the approach is, but you do need to know what it looks like and feels like on a trail. Practice makes perfect in this situation. As you are out on the trail or in a playground area at your local off-road park, take some time and try pulling up onto obstacles. We talk about this all the time. When you look at an obstacle and try to pull up on it in an effort to understand if your vehicle will clear it, you'll start to train your eye on your vehicle's capabilities. So I always am saying, okay, just try it, just go up to it and see what's happening. Now, this isn't when you're on the trail with 40 people and you're trying to keep the trail hustling. This is when you're out trying to understand your vehicle. It's a different time, right? Understanding your vehicle's capabilities. But what that's also doing is it's also training your eye, because you can say, okay, I smashed into my bumper when I tried that one, but this one I was actually able to get right up, and so it made a lot more sense. All right? Brake over training is a little harder because you may actually get yourself high-centered. So practice this with a winching friend in tow. I should have put a little smiley face after that. Do try it. Do still try it. Look at the top of a cresting hill and understand how steep it is on both sides. Then slowly and easily do the climb. Again, you're not trying to impress anybody. You're trying to train your eye and understand your vehicle. Slowly and easily do the climb and let the front wheels roll over to the other side. You will understand if your vehicle can clear it, rub its skid plate, or high center. If you approached it slowly, you'll be able to feel this before you find yourself in a bad situation. It's also about understanding the vehicle, not about understanding the throttle, right? Simply put it into reverse and look for another hill that doesn't have as steep a sides. You'll start to understand again what your vehicle is capable of, and I bet it's more capable than you ever give it credit for. Alright? Traction and momentum also play into the equation of getting over or through obstacles, but we'll talk about those later. Yay! We made it! Alright, now everybody, let's go back and underline and and highlight the key words. No, I'm just joking. That would be so 7th grade. We're way past that. I love this. Kylie says, my BFF purposely got me high-centered to help me learn my 3rd time wheeling. Exactly. It's okay. It's one of those things where you're going out to learn, you're going out to train. You're not trying to do it when there's 40 people around, right? You're trying to do it when you're out there learning your vehicle to understand what it's capable of. And trust me, you do understand this, and I understand this too. These vehicles are way more capable than all of our driving capabilities. So give your vehicle some love, understand it, trying to figure it out, and get over the top. Alright? Yay! And that's our reading for Tuesday, September 8th. Angles of approach. I love it. Was that helpful? Did anybody learn something? Anybody grab something out of this? You guys ready to go try it? Take a few minutes and make it happen for yourself? Anybody have any other questions that you want to ask in general? Let's get that going right now. Question, question, question. And otherwise, I'll recap really fast on the business and then we're out of here. So Monday is our leadership call. I have 2 big presentations for our leadership group to talk about. So leadership group, have opinions ready. It's always scary. Have your opinions ready, be caffeined up, and let's get ready to go. Clothing, now is a great time to place some orders if you want some Ladies Off-Road Network shirts, hat, whatever, because I'm home for about 2 weeks, so I can ship that out for you without any kind of a delay. So let's get those going. Remember, if you order an I'm Not Just a Girl item and you use the code I'm Not Just a Girl, the INJAG, you get your shipping for free. Alright? What else? Oh, I went over the schedule. And Flagstaff, definitely on September 23rd to 28th. All you're doing is procrastinating if you haven't signed up yet. Camping in Moab is open to everybody now, October 19th to the 23rd. All you're doing is procrastinating if you haven't signed up. Let's have some fun. Leadership group, November 5th to 8th. It's going to be right here. It's going to be fun. And end of the year bash, we talked about that at the beginning. Rewind if you want to hear a little bit more about that. But that's the 11th to 13th right here. Again, lots of fun. Hey, hashtag, we like to have fun. If you come, guaranteed you're going to have fun. Because we got positive attitudes around here and we got all kinds of crazy going on. You never know. I may just put you to work. Crazier things have been known to happen when you show up at the office. So what questions do you have? Or should we start saying goodbye? How are we doing? Yes. Yes, that's awesome, Kathy. I know, especially our buggies. Our buggies are like ultimately capable and we're like, okay, let's go try this now. And we have to add our skill set to be able to match our buggies because the buggies are just so much fun. Yes, I love it. And then you get speed, like with side-by-sides. You know, I've been working with some people on speed training because you have to be able to understand and your eye has to go fast enough for your vehicle. So speed training is a big thing as well. So yeah, lots of capabilities there. And you know, I talk about the side-by-sides on that because They like to go fast. Of course, we can go fast in the Jeeps too, right, ladies? Alright. I guess I'm saying goodbye because I haven't seen any questions yet. So I will see you next Monday if you're in the leadership group. Tuesday with some huge announcements, I anticipate. It's just depending on like the final package that I'll have on Tuesday. And we'll be adding another date to the calendar is my goal. We'll make sure, as long as I don't get shot down on Monday. We'll see. And then, Washington. Oregon, Washington. I will see you next weekend. And then, boom, we're back to Arizona, to Flagstaff, to go camping. So, we're fast rolling again, ladies, to come have some fun. Come have fun with us. Come have fun. Alright. Goodbye. Have a great night. I appreciate you all. We're back in the office. Let me know if you need anything. Bye.